Hello, yoga friends. It's me. Happy Earth Day. I'm so excited. Anybody who's ever been to any of my classes knows that this is my favorite holiday, and I prepare a lot for this because I think it's so important for us to take care of the earth. So, some of the information that I got was given to me from Sandra and Barb, my friends who brought this over on, I think it was Saturday or Sunday. I believe it says at the top it's from USA Today Network. So I have some information from that about Earth Day. The first Earth Day ever celebrated was April 22nd, 1970, which coincidentally was when I was born. And this is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. In August, it'll be the anniversary of me. So it's kind of funny that it ended up that way. And there were celebrations all over the country with 20 million people celebrating. It was at a time when air pollution was out of control and air was barely breathable in places like Los Angeles that was shrouded in a hazy fog. Rivers were burning and toxic dumps grew. I remember when I was little seeing lakes and rivers burning, and it didn't make any sense then, and I guess it makes a little more sense now, but you don't really see that anymore, so hopefully that's from the protection of the waters. Dennis Hayes was the national organizer of Earth Day. It's the most widely observed secular holiday on the planet. And now changes in government and laws about protection of endangered species, the Clean Air Act, the water laws, etc., have helped to clean up the pollution in the world and the United States. One of the pictures of a photographer in this excerpt from the paper, his name is Brian Scary. I feel like that's not right. He says, the best thing anybody can do to help save the planet is to become an informed consumer. Know what you are spending your money on, what you are putting into your mouth, and the ethics of the stores that you buy from or the companies that you buy from. Stay educated because you don't want to support companies that are destroying the environment or putting harmful chemicals into our food. So I was thinking what you can do over this quarantine, stay home, stay safe lockdown is to maybe choose 3 things that you could work on during the quarantine. Some suggestions are, if you don't recycle, call your garbage company and see how much it costs and what the procedure is and what days and how to get the bins for your recycling and what you're allowed to recycle. And even better, try to figure out a way to get them in DeWitt. They only come every 2 weeks instead of every week. So at least at our house, we have quite the mound of recycling that has to be taken on Fridays. So maybe try to figure out, I've tried to figure it out and I can't get through past the person that answers the phone to ask how we could increase the daily pickup. Maybe choose some recipes that you can cook instead of going out to eat. Maybe some vegetarian-based, plant-based foods. Sorry about that. That you can cook instead of going out. And if you do go out to eat, maybe consider taking reusable containers that you can put your leftovers in instead of taking paper or styrofoam containers home. Consider planting a garden. And if money is an issue and buying plants or seeds right now is not what you can do, you can always, especially around here, you can ask people if they have any extra plants such as chives that are easy to divide and grow like crazy, all different kinds of things, maybe lavender or seeds from apple trees that in the area that you know will grow well here. And I always think it's nice to get plants and seeds from friends because then every time you see that plant that's growing, you kind of think of them and it makes you feel good. So, and you also might want to consider planting a pollinator garden, and that means you plant things that bees and other kinds of pollinators like to help increase the bee population that we know is diminishing. And also, of course, don't use pesticides or herbicides in your grass or your gardens or anything. Try to use as many natural techniques as you can to prevent all of these chemicals ending up in our food or our water system. And also certain chemicals that people put in their lawn can decrease the population of fireflies, and I don't think anybody wants that. Okay, and also consider pulling weeds instead of spraying them. And you could even turn this into like a mindful meditative activity. I don't know about any of you, but whenever I'm weeding outside, it takes me forever to stop because you just keep seeing more and more and more, and then you start to walk away and you look back and then there's something you forgot, and it could go on forever. And we have nothing but time on our hands right now, so this is a good time to get it started. But of course, if you've seen my page, you know that you're supposed to leave dandelion blooms alone for a little while because they are bees' first food. So you might want to consider just leaving those there. It's not the end of the world. And maybe just in general, we have time on our hands that we can use purposefully to have some better earth healthy habits. Okay, so we're gonna start with some stretches like we usually do in my classes before we meditate, and then we're gonna do an earth meditation. So, okay, so sit up tall where you are. Put your hands on your knees with your palms down or your palms up, or your thumb touching a finger of your choice, or your hands in your lap with your thumbs touching. Okay, and that's how you prepare for meditation, but we didn't stretch. Okay, inhale, lift your arms up and rock side to side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and try to look up under your arm when your arm is over your ear. Okay, and then reach up, inhale, and pretend like you are picking apples. And if you would like to pick oranges or nuts or pears, whatever you like, just try to reach as far as you can. Okay, and then breathe in and lift up, and then open your arms wide. Close your eyes if that feels good. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, and lower your head down as close to the floor as you can, but it doesn't matter if you can't reach all the way down. And then breathe in and lift up. Breathe out and put your hand on your knee and the other hand behind you. Sit up tall and look back. And then breathe in and lift your arms up. Cross the other hand over to your knee and your hand behind you and look back. Breathe in and look forward and lift your arms up. Breathe out and place your hands on your knees. Tuck your chin in and round your back. Inhale, lift up and look up. Exhale, down. Inhale up, press your chest forward. If this hurts your neck at all, then don't lean your head back. A few more times. Okay, and then inhale, lift up to center, roll your shoulders. And then go the other way. Okay, and then come back to center, palms down or your palms up, your hands in your lap. And close your eyes, take a breath. Relax your legs down. Lengthen your spine and sit up tall. Lift your shoulders up, back, and down. And your chin can either be parallel to the floor or bowed a little bit for meditation. And if this is uncomfortable at all, you can even straighten your legs out in front of you or lean up against a wall, especially if you're not used to sitting up on the floor like this, or you're brand new to meditation or yoga. And many of us haven't done yoga for 4 or 5 weeks, at least since the classes have all been canceled. Okay, so close your eyes. Breathe in and out of your nose. Okay, keeping your eyes closed, I'm going to explain to you something called forest bathing. Usually in the 9 years that I've been teaching, I have my class walk around wherever location we are in for my classes, all the way around the perimeter of the room, pretending like we're outside in a forest. But we can't do that today. I mean, you're welcome to do it if you can still hear me in the room that you're in, or maybe you're outside. Of course, it's better to do it outside. Okay, so forest bathing is something that was established in Japan, and they call it Shinrin-yoku. And another word for this is earthing or walking meditation. The practice of going into the forest in search of mental and physical healing. And in Japan, they consider this a true healing technique. Okay, so you get to pick whatever forest you would like to be in. It could be a rainforest on St. Lucia, it could be a forest in your yard, a favorite park that you like to go to, wherever you would like to be. It could maybe even be in your house if that makes you happy. And imagine that you are in the forest of your choice. Visualize that in your mind and take a breath. We have a lot of plants in our house, so we could probably consider this a forest. Okay, and imagine that you are walking slowly and you're barefoot, but it doesn't hurt your feet at all. And feel the earth under your feet, feeling every texture, every lump, every stick, every stone, or maybe it's a sandy forest on the ground. I know there's some places like that in Florida that I've been where it's all sandy. And just feel those sensations on the bottom of your feet, walking slowly. Take a breath. And then listen to the sounds in your forest. Listen to the birds in our yard. Listen to the turkeys. Listen to the leaves crackling under your feet, the wind blowing, the blue jays talking to each other. And we have a woodpecker right now trying to make a house in a tree, so you could listen for that too, if that's appropriate for your forest. And then take a breath. Okay, and now smell the air in your forest. Can you smell wet or dry leaves? Maybe some flowers, the scent of water from a lake or a pond or a river, the humidity in the air. Maybe some of the trees are blooming for the spring and you can smell the blossoms. Take a breath. And now in your mind, open your eyes, see the undersides of the trees, maybe some mushrooms. The morels will be coming up pretty soon. Look at the soil underneath you. Maybe more flowers or blossoms. Look down at your dog if you usually take walks with your dog. In our case, it's our cat that we take walks with, Mr. Paws, and he loves to run around with us when we walk. Reach down and pet your animal. And then for a moment in your mind, look up at the trees and the sky, maybe the puffy clouds. Imagine that everything is healthy. The insects, the animals, the trees, the grass, everything is nice and healthy. And now just sit in the meditation pose and breathe and enjoy everything around you. Notice your heart rate and your breathing. Meditation can help calm your parasympathetic nervous system. And especially in times like this with the pandemic, it's a good idea to try to meditate every day to keep yourself calm and maybe feel a little less crazy. Okay, we always end our meditation by inhaling and lifting our arms up. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intention or a goal that you would like to work on during this class or for the rest of the night. So close your eyes, consider what you would like to work on, set your intention. Exhale, lower your hands. And in my case, I'm going to go back to my mat. Okay. And then from meditation position, pull your knees together, straighten your legs out, shake out your legs because we've been sitting with our legs crossed for a long time. Put your hands beside you and wiggle your feet, maybe make circles with your feet. Other way. And point and flex your feet. This is something that's good to do during gardening season, to stretch out your feet when you're squatting down and maybe making movements that you don't normally make. Okay, so press your hands down into your mat, pull your shoulders back and down. Your arms are as straight as you can get them. And press your heels away, which may cause your heels to lift up off of your mat. Pull your toes towards you. Flex your calves and your thighs. Sit up tall, keep your chin parallel to the floor and breathe. This is called staff pose. Deep breath. Exhale, relax. Shake out your feet a little bit or rock them side to side. Okay, and then flex your feet. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And here comes Mr. Pause. Inhale, exhale, and keep going. One more time, and then when you come down, hold it. And hold on to your shins, your ankle, your feet, or your toes, whatever you can reach. And then when you get there, inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, and then inhale, lift your head up, lift your arms up. Exhale your hands down. And come back to crossing your legs, maybe with your non-dominant foot forward. And then breathe in and lift your arms up. Interlace your hands behind your head, elbows back, and hold it. Bring your tailbone forward a little bit. Keep your chin pulled back and breathe. Try to pull your shoulder blades together behind you. Deep breath. Exhale, bring your elbow towards the opposite knee. Inhale up. Exhale, other elbow to the opposite knee. And keep alternating sides. One more time on each side. Okay, and then rock side to side, keeping your hands behind your head. Inhale up, exhale over. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale, bring your elbows close together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more. And then inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, lower your hands down. And do some seated cat-cows again. Inhale. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Okay, and then come back to center and take a breath. Keep your shoulders back and down and your spine tall. And turn your head side to side. And then back to center, take a breath. And on an exhale, tuck your chin in, grab the edge of your head, Keep your elbows close together and tuck your chin in and just kind of gently pull your head down. If this hurts at all, just wait for us in meditation position. Keep your shoulders back and only move your head down. And on an exhale, let go of your head. Lift your head up and down if that's comfortable. And then back to center. Take a breath. And stretch one leg out to the side and flex your foot. So pull your toes towards you. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale and release your fingers behind your head, or you can have your fingers on the side of your head and lean over towards your leg. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, lean over. One more. And then breathe in and lift up. Turn your body towards your leg and lower down. Reach whatever you can reach. Lower your head down and breathe. Breathe in and lift up. Kind of center yourself forward and then lower down, reaching as far forward as you can. And then breathe in and lift your head up, lift your arms up. Breathe out and lower your hands down. Take a breath. It's always good to take a breath in between stretches or activities in your life. Kind of take a breather. Put your hand underneath your knee, pull that leg in, and then keep it bent and stretch out the other leg. Flex your foot. And inhale, lift your arms up, interlace your fingers behind your head or put your fingertips on the side of your head. And then pull your elbows back. Hold it for a few breaths. And then breathe in. Breathe out and lean over towards your straight leg. Inhale up, exhale down. Breathe in and lift your arms up. Breathe out and turn your body towards your leg and lower down. And say, hello, Mr. Paws, how are you? And then breathe in and lift up. Turn your body so you're facing forward. Breathe out and forward fold. And then breathe in and lift your head up. Lift your arms up. Lower your hands down. And put your hand underneath your straight leg knee, pull it in, put your feet in front of you with your knees bent, and then lean back on your forearms and rock your knees for windshield wipers. You can lean your head back for an additional stretch. Okay, and then come back to center, push yourself up, and you can keep your feet down and open your arms. These are some versions of boat, and this isn't really boat, but it's a version. Okay, or you can put your hands under your thighs, your legs up with your calves parallel to the floor. You can hold it like that, or you can open your arms, or you can straighten your legs. So whichever you would like, we'll hold it for about 5 breaths. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower your feet down. And then from here, I'm going to go sideways on my mat. So put your hands in front of you, swing your feet behind you. So you're probably lengthwise going this way. Okay, so uncurl your toes. Your knees are underneath your hips. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. This is called table pose, and we'll do a few cat-cows from here. So inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, tuck your chin in, and keep going up and down with your breath. Okay, and then come back to table and rock your hips side to side. So if your hips are leaned over to the right, look over your left shoulder and back towards your foot and hold it. And then come back to center, lean your hips the other way and look over your shoulder. And then back to table and rock side to side. Okay, and then pull your knees apart and put your big toes together and sit back towards your heels in child's pose. This is a resting position that you can take at any time during any yoga class. So you stretch your arms out as far as you can and lower your forehead down towards the floor or your mat. Okay, then lift your head up. Lift your hips up, pull your knees closer together, and come down to the floor. I'm afraid Mr. Paws is going to get my feet if I can't see him. Okay, so come forward and all the way down the length of your mat. Okay, uncurl your toes, keep your knees pretty close together, and put your hands underneath your shoulders, and your gaze is down towards your mat. And then kind of roll your head up to cobra with your elbows bent. If this hurts too much on your lower back, then just come down to Sphinx, and that's okay too. But I thought cobra was fun for Earth Day. Okay, take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, lower down, and then turn your right fingertips towards the left corner of your mat and bend your left knee, and you can grab onto your pant leg if you can reach it, or your foot, and pull it in towards the outside of your leg or towards your bottom, and look over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let go. Bring your hand down. Now point your left fingertips towards the right corner of your mat, and you're on your forearm. Bend your right knee, grab your pant leg or the top of your foot and pull it in, and look over your right shoulder behind you. Exhale, let go of your foot and put your hands underneath your shoulders and push yourself up to table. Curl your toes under, sit back towards your heels, and then inhale, lift up and forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward and keep going. Okay, and then come back to table. Keep your toes curled under and walk your hands maybe a little bit further forward. And your knees are underneath your hips. Look back, and your hands are shoulder width apart. Inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up to downward facing dog. And lift up and down on your balls of your feet. Okay, and then look forward and then walk towards your hands, landing at the front of your mat in a forward fold. And your hands can be on your shins, your ankles, your feet, or the floor. And just kind of rock your hips side to side. And then come back to center. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart, and stay at the front of your mat facing me. Okay, so next we're going to do a series starting with tree pose. And I'm going to stay like this to tree, and then I'm going to turn so that I can go the length of my mat too. Okay, so stand up tall and root your right foot and put your left foot up against the side of your ankle, the side of your calf, or the side of your thigh, whichever you can keep your balance. Okay, so this is tree pose. I'm going to turn around now, so stay where you are. And then when you're ready, lift your arms up if you can. If that's not in your practice today, that's okay. Keep your hands at your heart. Take a deep breath. And on an exhale, bring your hands down, step your right leg back. And look down and make sure that your knee is over your ankle, your back leg is straight. Then turn your hips so they're square with the front of your mat. And then inhale, lift your arms up. This is warrior one. Exhale, interlace your hands behind you. Pull your shoulder blades together. Exhale, lean forward and try to lift your arms up off your back. And your shoulder is kind of on the inside of your thigh. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower your arms down and then your hands down, and keep your right hand firmly planted. Tuck your toes under behind you, and then lift your left arm up towards the sky and look up towards your hand. And then exhale your hand down to the outside of your foot. Flatten your right foot behind you so your toes are pointing towards the front of your mat at a 45-degree angle. Straighten your front knee, and then inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, lift your head up, bend your front knee so your knee is over your ankle again. And windmill your right arm back and your left arm forward. Take a breath. Relax your shoulders down, line up your arms and legs. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower your right hand to the back of your thigh, your left arm over your head for a reverse warrior, keeping your front knee bent. Hello, kitty. And then inhale, lift your arms up, put your weight on your front foot, and step forward. And when you get to the front of your mat, bend your knees and lift your arms up over your head for a chair. So make sure that you're sitting back, not forward and down. And on an exhale, bring your hands to your heart and stand up. And we'll start over on the other side. So take a breath. Okay, you don't know this, but I'm risking my life with this. Stepping back towards him. Okay, so you're at the front of your mat, and now root your right foot, get your balance, then put your left foot to the side of your leg. And when you're ready, lift your arms up if you can. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, step your left leg back. Interlace your fingers behind you and forward fold towards the inside of your thigh and lift your arms up off your back. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower your hands down. Firmly plant your left hand, come to the ball of your foot behind you, and lift your right arm up towards the sky. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower your hand down to the inside of your foot, or the outside of your foot, and then flatten your foot behind you so your toes are pointing towards the front of your mat. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. And then bend your front knee. Inhale, lift up, windmilling your left arm behind you and your right arm forward, and look past your fingertips forward. This is warrior two. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower your left hand behind you and your right arm over your head, keeping your front knee bent. Look past your elbow. And on an exhale, bring your arm back down to warrior two. Bring your hands to your heart. Put your weight on your front foot and step forward to chair again. So your knees are bent and your hands are at your heart. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, down to chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One more time. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes, take a breath. Okay, and then come to the front of your mat. I'm gonna go this way. Take my life in my hands again. Inhale. Exhale, step your right leg back and face me from wherever you are. Okay, then inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, lower one hand down and look up. Inhale, lift your arms up, and your toes are pointing out towards the corners of your mat. Exhale, bring your arms down, bend your knees, keep your shoulders back, tailbone forward, your chin back. And then inhale, lift up. Bring the other arm down and look up. And now we're going to turn it into a flow. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You don't have to memorize it, you can just watch me. And remember that when you come down, you're only going to be down for about a half a breath, so try to come as low as you can. One more side. Exhale your hands to your heart. Take a breath. And then if you are the way that I am on your mat, turn your feet towards the front of your mat, bend your front knee, and step forward and come to the front of your mat. Take a breath. And then let's do one sun salutation to come down to the floor. So I'm gonna turn. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale up, exhale other side. Inhale, lean back a little bit. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Step back. And we're going to lower down, and you can either lower down with your knees first or come straight down with your elbows tucked in. So inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, curl your toes under to downward facing dog. And then walk forward. And then inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart, and take a breath. And then walk your feet apart a little bit with your toes pointing out. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to a squat. This is also good for preparation for gardening. Take a deep breath. Exhale, put your hands behind you. Come down, pull your feet closer together. Lean back and rock your knees. I think we're boring Mr. Paws. He's back on his rocking chair and his blanket. Okay, and then lay all the way down on the floor. And pull your knees in. And then lift your legs straight up. Point and flex your feet. Lay all the way down on your back. Okay, and then flex your feet. And then lower one leg down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down, and keep going, alternating sides. Okay, and then pull your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Okay, and then lift your legs back up. Bring your arms out to a T. And then cross your right ankle in front of your left and lean your legs to your left. And then bring them back to center. Uncross your legs, cross them the other way with your left ankle in front and lean your legs to your right. And then bring your legs back to center. Uncross your legs, shake out your feet again. Lower your feet down, pull your knees in as tight as you can. And then bring your arms out to a T again. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knees to your right and look to your left. And if you want to put your right hand on the outside of your left leg, that's fine too, for a little deeper stretch. And then let go of your knee or your leg. Put your hand down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale over to the other side. let go of your leg if you're holding on. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring your arms down, straighten one leg out at a time. Kind of center yourself on your mat if you're falling off. Scoot your heels out to the edges of the sides of your mat. Lay all the way down. Your arms are by your sides with your palms up a foot or so away from your body. And if you want to even out your skin underneath you, lift up your body parts one at a time. Take a breath. And rock your head side to side if that seems like it would feel good and it doesn't hurt your neck at all. And then point your nose up towards the ceiling and open and close your mouth as wide as you can. No one's looking. Okay, and then sit as still as you can during Shavasana. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. And we're going to hold it here for a few minutes. Slowly breathing out, keeping your eyes closed. And I have a quote from a book about Pocahontas. Just relax and listen. Tell yourself that the sky is blue, the grass is green, and you can see fish. Then you will find peace. Both hands on your tummy and take a deep breath in and feel your tummy go up and down. A couple more times. That's how you know you're breathing all the way to the bottom of your diaphragm if your tummy is going up and down. Okay, now rest your hands beside you again and wiggle your fingers and toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. And then pull your feet together, stretch your arms behind you over your head. Try to touch both walls with your fingers and your toes. Inhale. Exhale out of your mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Now bring your arms down, pull your knees into your chest, and roll all the way over to the floor on one side into fetal pose. And hold it there. Enjoy every last moment of the class. What else do we have to do, right? Okay, then if you're on your right side, put your left hand down and then your right hand and push yourself up to a seated position with your hands at your heart. And while you're coming up, I just want to tell you that there's a pretty cool show on tonight called The Hope, and it's like a tribute to Jane Goodall, who is an amazing woman who does all kinds of wonderful things for chimpanzees and for the earth. And it's tonight at 9 o'clock, April 22nd, which is Wednesday, which is Earth Day, on Nat Geo Wild and Nat Geo Mundo. I've never heard of that, but it's on that channel too. And I want to thank a few people before we namaste and I read my quote. I want to thank my husband, Nick, for helping me so much and staying patient with me as my yoga video producer and music finder and just the good husband in general. And thank you, Sandra and Barb, for bringing me that really cool article from the paper over the weekend and thinking of me. Thank you very much. And thank you all for watching my videos and previously coming to my classes when I had classes. Okay, so usually I read quotes from people like Rumi or Jane Goodall or Mary Oliver, the Dalai Lama. This time my quote is from Pitbull, also known as Mr. Worldwide. He said on TV yesterday, "The word virus ends with us, but the virus won't end us." So thank you all for coming. Happy Earth Day. It was so nice to see you. And namaste. Good job, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'll see you again.